A very warm welcome to IDFC First Bank presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 13. I'm Ritwika Gupta. Tonight the focus is on e-commerce and beauty retail. From tech-driven innovation to standing out in a competitive landscape, I'll be in conversation with Siddharth Bhagat, Director Amazon Fashion and Beauty India, as he shares how Amazon is building trust, empowering MSMEs and unlocking growth in Tier 2 and 3 markets. Welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, Siddharth. It's a pleasure to be chatting with you today.
Thank you so much. Glad I'm part of this.
So to begin the interview, Siddharth, tell us, how do you see the beauty space, the beauty sector in India evolving in the next 3 to 5 years or so?
So the entire beauty sector is quite interesting, right? We are seeing many trends from the rise of Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities where we are seeing increasingly more demand. More than 85% of our new customers and 75% of our orders are actually now from Tier 2 and beyond, which is great. We're seeing consumers actually go more and more into ingredients. What is it that works for their skin? What is it that works for their hair? It's a little bit more concern-based search that is happening than a specific product. We're seeing a great interaction with content creators on the marketplace. We are also seeing a lot of technology being leveraged on Amazon and by brands to kind of engage with consumers much more today.
Right. So Amazon has a goal to become the preferred destination for beauty, and that's fantastic. So tell me, what key innovations or strategic bets is Amazon placing, under your leadership?
Sure. So I'll break this into two parts.
Sure.
Firstly, on the selection, we are seeing a lot of international brands now getting into India, along with a lot of D2C homegrown brands continuing to do well. We are seeing K-beauty as one of a breakout segment, right? We are seeing more than 75% growth in K-beauty. And now we're seeing emerging trends of things like Japanese beauty, French pharmacy. Some of these trends are actually coming up. Consumers are much more aware, so they're looking for these products. And because of our global presence, we are also able to read a lot of these customer trends very early on. So we are able to get these products onto Amazon much faster than anywhere else. The second thing is a lot of the innovation in terms of technology that we're doing on the marketplace. So we have things like Rufus, which is an AI-enabled chatbot. So you can actually talk to Rufus and figure out what is the right product for you. We have things like skincare analyzer. So on search, when you're searching for a product, it's a short survey. So you could talk about what are your concerns, what is it that you're looking for, and the system will actually tell you from a very curated set that what are the products that work for you. So there are many more these innovations that we're investing in. So it's a combination of both of these.
Right. So the beauty sector is quite competitive, and a lot of the beauty brands, like Nykaa or like the D2C players as well, they have taken a more influencer marketing approach to connect with consumers. Tell me what then differentiates Amazon, when it comes to differentiating itself and standing out in this very highly competitive landscape.
Thanks for that question. So we are at the Beautyverse, which is by far the biggest Beautyverse, and which is where we are getting a lot of brands, content creators. More than 600 guests are there on this invite-only initiative. And this is kind of our way of engaging with these influencers. As you rightly said, influencers are playing a much bigger role today in how customers are discovering products, how customers are able to figure out what is it that they want to try, right? Content creators are actually co-builders for the brands today. They would actually define what is it that the next wave of a product would look like. At Amazon, we are engaging with more than 60,000 plus content creators through our Creator Success Program. And we constantly engage with them to make sure that we act as a platform wherein brands, customers, content creators can come together and discover more and more products. We also make sure that a lot of these contents that are created on the social media are there on Amazon. So you would see a live session, you would see a lot of these clips on our detail pages. So it's a really exciting space, and we are so glad that we are at the center of it.
So speaking of Beautyverse, tell me, is this like a broader shift in Amazon's strategy towards experience-led commerce?
Yeah, no, definitely. So as I told you, it's the largest Beautyverse that we have done by till now. This is kind of a place where we are getting a lot of the innovation that we are doing, so customers and content creators can have a first-hand experience into what beauty is going to be in the near future. We have a lot of content creators today who would actually experience what Amazon is all about. What is it that we see as a trend in the next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, right? We're glad that more than 20 brands are actually participating with us. We have a very strong Korean beauty participation this time. And over the years, we only want to take this much bigger and have so many more brand partners, Prime members, content creators be part of it.
Right. So what is the goal? Like what are you trying to achieve with Beautyverse?
So our goal is to make sure that when customers think of beauty, they think of Amazon.
Okay.
When brands think of beauty, they think of Amazon as a way. It's our attempt to make sure that the divide that a brand which is a homegrown brand or an international brand or any MSME would have, like that kind of breaks away. We democratize beauty in India. We make sure that content creators are able to engage with brands. A combination of content creators and brands are able to engage with customers. As I told you, we are seeing far more demand from a tier 2 and beyond, right?
Sure.
So it is events like these that are setting the stage for us to reach our next set of 100 to 150 million consumers, getting closer to these customers, understanding them much more, what are the trends, just hearing them much more, so that we are also able to kind of make sure that our offering keep evolving for them.
Sure. I'm going to talk about technology. I know you touched on it a while ago, but if you could tell us in detail how Amazon is leveraging emerging technologies, AI, to really disrupt the beauty space.
Yeah. So for the last 25 years, Amazon has been at the forefront of technology innovation, right?
Yeah.
Not in India, but globally. So we have that leverage of making sure that anything that has worked globally, we could get into India and then keep building on it to make sure that we are able to get India-specific innovations as well. So let me talk about three things. So the first one is Rufus. It's a AI chatbot that is available on the Amazon app. So consumers can engage with Rufus and try to get a very curated sort of advice as to what is it that works for them. And we are constantly working with brands also to kind of get inputs that can feed into this AI model, and it keeps learning and evolving so that it gets better at recommending things to our consumers. The second is the skincare analyzer. It's seen very great traction with our consumers, right? If a customer would come, she would not always know what is it that she needs. She would know what are the concerns that she has.
Yeah.
So we kind of built a tech-backed solution wherein she could just talk about what are the concerns, what is it that her skin type is, what is it that she wants to get out of a product. And in the back end, we have an algorithm that would actually curate a selection for her and then kind of be a joint partner in kind of completing the entire journey.
Sure.
The last one is our virtual try-on. We are seeing great success in our makeup category since the launch of virtual try-on. Like it's grown to about 12x versus what it was before. So now customers can actually try out different shades, and you could imagine like buying makeup is amongst the most difficult subcategories within beauty. So with virtual try-on, we are actually making that simpler for our consumers.
Nice. You emphasized the importance of tier 2 and tier 3 markets earlier, and I just want you to elaborate on that a bit. How does Amazon view these markets? And especially for our viewers who are watching the show today, where are the biggest opportunities?
Yeah. So for us, we are actually investing in three ways to make sure that we are getting into tier 2 and beyond of India in a big way. So the first is obviously the selection, right? As I told you, consumers are much more aware. They know what is the trend. They would see it on Instagram, they'll see it in social media, and they want those kind of products delivered to them. So Amazon as a marketplace is making sure that all of these products are available on Amazon, and we become an entry point for these global brands getting into India. The second is our investments in the infrastructure in tier 2 and beyond. So both in terms of our fulfillment centers as well as the delivery network, we are doing massive investments across India to make sure that we are able to give that infrastructure to our brand partners and sellers so that they are able to reach consumers the same day and next day, right? And whether a consumer is in Mumbai or Moradabad, we want to make sure that all of beauty that is available on Amazon is available to them. Right. And the third is in terms of our technology. For example, we have vernacular languages now on Amazon. It's been there for many years. We're constantly kind of getting better at it so that there is no divide in terms of how consumers interact with Amazon. They can kind of experience Amazon and experience Amazon beauty in the language that they prefer. So combination of all of these is helping us make sure that we are reaching the next set of consumers in the larger India. And we are kind of quite excited with the opportunity.
It's time for a quick break here. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 13. Tonight it's all about e-commerce and beauty retail. In conversation tonight with Siddharth Bhagat, Director Amazon Fashion and Beauty India. Tell me, what role do MSMEs play in your ecosystem, especially your partnership with your the smaller retailers in terms of your brand partners that you spoke about? How significant are MSMEs?
So for the last 12 years that we have been operating in India, Amazon has done a role of making sure that we are democratizing the entire ecosystem so that whether it is a small MSME or a small brand in India, they're not limited by geography that they serve. We are constantly innovating and constantly kind of building out the tech infrastructure so that they're able to reach a much wider consumer base. We are also making sure that they get insights back from the consumers as to what is working for their products, what are the reviews. We kind of make sure that what are the new trends, what are the new ingredients that are working. For example, ingredient-based searches for skincare was always there. Now there is ingredient-based searches even for skin, right? Even for hair. So now scalp is being considered as the next frontier of innovation. So all of these insights, we make sure that our brand partners, MSMEs, they get it like any other big brand would do. And they're able to reach to a much wider audience, target them with different campaigns, target them with different products. So that's the growth story that we're focused on.
Fantastic. Siddharth, every season on Leaders of Tomorrow, we come up with a theme, and the theme for this season is Agility, Ambition, Ascent. So I want to ask you, what would your advice be for the entrepreneurs watching the show today in terms of how they can really scale, amidst agility, and remain resilient, at the same time also dream beyond borders?
So I think it's a great theme that you've picked. Being very agile in a business is kind of a cornerstone of how you would get to become a big business. So it's important that any of these brands, they are very, very agile, they're very humble, they kind of keep listening to their consumers, they keep getting that feedback, they're able to react to every trend. As I told you, right, trends are changing very rapidly, like much faster than ever before. And the brands that would ultimately be successful are those that are listening to their consumers and reacting very quickly to it. For us at Amazon also, we have this philosophy that it's always day one. We keep kind of listening to our consumers, just have a very open mind as to what is it that they're truly telling you, what is it that they're loving, and more importantly, what is it that they want you to do differently, right? The market will keep changing very rapidly, and with the entire innovation around AI, a lot of people are going to disrupt your business every day. So just being very, very agile with data, with consumer insights, with latest trends, and making sure that your entire product development and supply chain is able to adapt to these changes would be the game changer.
Right. Tell us, what are some of the trends are you personally very excited about in the beauty retail and e-commerce space?
For us, I think it's obviously premiumization as a trend. We are very excited about it. We are seeing more than 45% growth on our premium segment, which is great. It also speaks about what is it that consumers are looking for most. I already covered the influence of international brands into India. Korean beauty has been a big success. Those are great stories that we have, and now seeing Japanese beauty and some of these trends coming is always great. For us, skincare continues to be the fastest growing and by far the biggest category. That's obviously a big trend for us. And then we talked about it so much. The entire creator-led product discovery, product innovation, and buying that is happening, that's been a big trend, and it's here to stay for a long time.
So Siddharth, with the advent of quick commerce, how do you see the entire e-commerce landscape evolving or changing in India as well as all over the world?
Yeah. So I think a lot of these innovations are great for our consumers, right? And as a company, we have seen innovations not only in India but globally for many years. And our thought has been that anything that consumers value, we need to be at the forefront of that innovation. Having said that, I think the way this space, at least the way I think about this evolution, would be that there would be a lot of these products which would need consumers to kind of engage with the marketplace, find much more information on the detail page. They would want to see a lot of content videos. They would want to see a lot of reviews, ratings. We have a very rich FAQ section on our detail pages.
Sure.
They would want to understand what is the brand story, what is it that the brand stands for, and so on and so forth, right? So a lot of these products, whether it is premium, Korean beauty, makeup, a lot of these products, I feel there the more important part is the on-site experience, the content, engaging with a lot of the technology that we are developing. And there, if the delivery is also within few hours, consumers might still be okay, because your most important part of the journey is that on-site information. But there are a lot of products which would be, I need it now. These are products which are kind of very quick to buy. They're mostly products that you have already experienced and you just kind of ran out of them, which is where I think the 10 minutes delivery, 15 minutes delivery, that would play a role.
Sure.
So the way it would evolve, it would be a plethora of these products across different segments. And for each of these segments, there would be one thing that would be most important. So in some places, the delivery speed is going to be more important. In some places, the experience and the information is going to be more important. And at Amazon, our thought is that we want to be part of this entire spectrum that consumers are looking for and have an offering which consumers really value across this wide spectrum.
Right. Siddharth, today, businesses in India, they are looking to scale, not just serve their local markets, but also global markets. A local to global conversation has been quite a constant in all our conversations on Leaders of Tomorrow as well. So tell me, how is Amazon, India, like empowering businesses to actually go global, and maybe target global audiences as well, and not just your consumers in India?
Yeah. No, thanks for that question. At least at Amazon, we are very, very proud of the fact that we are enabling a lot of Indian brands and a lot of Indian entrepreneurs to actually get into global markets, which, if you think of it, few years back would have been extremely difficult. With our presence in US, Europe, in most of the countries, Middle East, Australia, Singapore, Japan, what Amazon is able to do is allow a lot of these brands to actually sell in our marketplaces globally. The fact that our underlying infrastructure, our listing process, our ordering process, how do you manage your inventory and all of that, they're quite standardized globally. Obviously, we have local specific innovations, but the underlying working is kind of very seamless for our brands and sellers. So because of that, we've seen a lot of brands do really well in the global markets. And brands like Minimalist, Innoviz, all of Bella Vita, some of these brands doing well is very heartening to see. So we have always had the Ayurveda brands, whether it was Kama Ayurveda, these doing well was always the thing, but ingredient-driven brands now doing well globally is a new trend. And we continue to kind of work with brands, whoever have aspirations to sell to global consumers.
Right. One piece of advice, Siddharth, you would like to leave all the entrepreneurs watching the show today who want to make a mark in the beauty sector?
So I think the most important bit is to make sure that you are listening to your consumers. You have a lot of mechanisms to make sure that you understand what is it that consumers are saying good and bad for your products. You should have a good process to understand what are the trends that are there in the market. What is it that is now the new trending style? What is it that is working globally and would come into India? What are the new ingredients that consumers are kind of engaging with? And then, like, obviously making sure that your business fundamentals are around customer obsession and a lot of trust that you build with your consumers that should take care of your business.
Right. And finally, tell us, what is your vision for the vertical for Amazon Beauty, in the years to come?
So our vision for Amazon Beauty is to make sure that we be the largest, by far, a platform which has all kinds of selection for all kinds of customer needs, at the front of innovation, making sure that anything that consumers are looking for, they get the best experience, and then our investments in infrastructure to make sure that we are delivering it to our consumers the fastest and with the most reliable delivery network.
Fantastic. It was lovely chatting with you, Siddharth. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
With that, it's a wrap on this episode of IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 13. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.